Are the measures announced by the government this morning enough to help those that are struggling?
No, these measures are not enough. Only last week we saw energy bills going up in the middle of a very real cost of living crisis, which is causing people real hardship. All we've got today is a cobbled together list of things that could and should have been done over the last 10 to 12 years. And it doesn't even tackle really important things like insulating homes, which could save £400 on everybody's bill. So it isn't enough, it's too little, it's too late.
Rising energy costs obviously hit the poorest in society the hardest. Are you worried that this won't do enough for that?
This won't help those who only last week saw their energy bills go up by hundreds of pounds. What they want from the government is a response that meets that challenge. This list, this cobbled together list of things that could and should have been done over the last 10 to 12 years isn't enough. And it leaves, because of political squabbling, it leaves out of account really important initiatives like keeping homes warm, insulating homes, which I've seen for myself can make a huge difference and reduce bills by up to £400. That's the real action we were looking for today.
Obviously one of the other aims of this policy is to create energy security for the UK. Do you think this achieves that?
Well, look, anything that makes us less reliant on importing our energy is a good thing, which is why I didn't think the Prime Minister was doing the right thing by saying we're going to stop our reliance on Russia, but then go to Saudi Arabia. But anything that keeps our supply in Britain is a good thing because we do need a secure energy supply.
What would Labour actually be doing differently?
What we've been calling for a number of years now is turbocharging on renewables, including onshore wind turbines, fast-forwarding nuclear. That should have happened over the last decade, and it hasn't happened. It's been a real failure there. Developing on hydrogen, but also, very importantly, insulating our homes so that we reduce our energy intake and reduce bills for people. Because at the moment, I think the thing that most people are worried about is how on earth they're going to pay their energy bills, and we need real answers to that question right now.
On a different subject, we found out that Rishi Sunak's wife is non-domiciled in her tax status. She's getting a lot of criticism for that, but she's not actually doing anything wrong, is she?
The Chancellor has imposed tax rise after tax rise on working people. And he's said time and again, there's no alternative, we've got no option. If it now transpires that his wife has used schemes to reduce her own tax, then that's breathtaking hypocrisy and only goes to show it's more evidence of just how out of touch this Chancellor is. And I think he's got very, very serious questions to answer in relation to these schemes.
To move on to the subject of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, we saw yesterday the Czech Republic become the first country to announce that they would supply tanks. There's rumours that Britain might begin to supply armoured vehicles. Is that something that you would support?
Yes, if we can supply more military equipment, then I think we should. We've got to do everything that we can to support Ukraine in this fight. They're incredibly courageous in Ukraine. We've all seen images, harrowing, horrific images coming out of Ukraine. So yes to the provision of military equipment. I'd also like us all to say with one voice that anybody who is responsible for these war crimes, and they are war crimes in Ukraine, will be hunted down and held to account before the International Criminal Court, because these are criminal acts, and we need to make sure that all of us are saying with one voice that these individuals, anybody involved in any way, is hunted down, and they never sleep easy again for as long as they may live.
But what would you be pushing NATO? What would you want NATO's policy to be on hardware, on planes in particular?
I think the more equipment that we can supply, the better, and we'd be making that argument within NATO. But we would also be working with our NATO allies and making sure there was a united response. What I don't want to see is different countries doing different things. The unity of the response, I think, has been something which Putin didn't think would happen. It's very important we keep that unity.